All right, so there's been a lot of misinformation about what happened the day that Big Sean met Kanye West, and we wanted to do the research and tell you the real truth of exactly how it went so that you're not thinking, oh, he literally just ran up on him on the street. That's the way to do it. It's just run up on rappers in the street and you get signed. No, this channel is all about showing you real life experiences, real life examples of how you can become rap artists and get into this industry. So without further ado, let's get into this, how this actually happened and the lessons that you can learn, the truth about when Big Sean signed with Kanye West. Kanye West started his Getting Out Our Dreams record label, Good Music, 15 years ago. Even his former roster is all over your streaming playlist to this day. Common, John Legend, Kid Cudi, Mos Def. But out of the current Good Music go-getters, Big Sean has in fact been signed the longest. Before Ye brought Pusha T, Teyana Taylor, Q-Tip, Cyhi The Prynce, and many others to Good, he signed fellow Midwesterner Big Sean. But that 2000 signing of Big Sean was a full 4 years before he released his debut album. No wonder it was called Finally Famous. Why exactly did Kanye take a chance on the 11 years younger artist born Sean Michael Leonard Anderson? You've heard the stories about when Big Sean was Little Sean and ran up on Kanye in a Detroit radio station. Well, let's start by hitting the rewind button and going back to 2005 when Big Sean was a student at Cass Technical High School, a 4-year university prep school in Detroit, Michigan. Big Sean joined an illustrious list of musical alumni from the school, everyone from Diana Ross all the way to Jack White of the Stripes. On Kanye West's side, he was already a year into his 2004 establishment date for Good Music. His debut album, The College Dropout, had given hip-hop a mainstream makeover, infusing the soul sounds that would define the generation. He had already received 10 Grammy nominations, winning 3, most notably for Best Rap Song for Jesus Walks and Best Rap Album for The College Dropout. Now Ye was upgrading to his sophomore season with the release on August 30th, 2005 of Late Registration. The first single, Diamonds from Sierra Leone, set it off with moralistic materialism, a James Bond sample, and the big homie, super successful Jay-Z on the remix with the iconic line, "I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman." Next up was Gold Digger, which would become a #1 Billboard Hot 100 single using the Ray Charles sample and of course featuring none other than future Oscar winner Jamie Foxx. Big Sean's game-changing day would come right around this time when Ye was playing tracks on Late Registration at 102.7 FM in the Metro Detroit area. But this day for Big Sean had a backstory of dedication, hard work, and connections that he had built up through his grind. His 8th grade superlative actually said, most likely to be a rapper actually from Detroit. As Big Sean told Billboard, it was a school that just specialized in being like in tune with yourself, expressing the artistic side of yourself, the poetic side. So we did poetry. I was the only person in the school turning those poems into raps. No one just walks into a Detroit radio station unannounced just because they feel like it. Nobody especially just walks by the radio station staff, the radio station security, Kanye's security, Kanye's road manager, and shakes Kanye West's hand just because they want a record deal. Big Sean's big day was actually years in the making. Big Sean laid it all out on Vlad TV back in May 2011, stating, "I had a good relationship with the station from doing a show every Friday there called the Friday Night Cypher, where people would battle and then the winners of the battle would get on air and rap. They would pick like 6 people and they would rap for like 30 minutes over instrumentals. So it was like good exposure. I did it every Friday for like over a year. So I built like good relationships. I would miss it some weeks, but for the most part, like every Friday." Yes, 1 year of weekly rapping practically every Friday at the station that he would meet Kanye West in. Rather than just going, hanging out with his girlfriend, watching television, he's actually sacrificing that time just so when his big break comes, as it will, he can actually execute. That means he's prepared with mental flexibility for freestyles, memorizing verses, and all of the things he needs, so when that moment comes and he meets Kanye West and he's let through due to those connections, due to that same drive, he's ready to go and he's gonna take that opportunity. No overnight success here. The grind was real. Big Sean had earned the respect of the hot 102.7 FM family even before he had met Kanye West. No, my uncle owns the radio station favoritism here. Sean also earned that meeting with Kanye. But how did he even know that his idol was gonna be in 102.7 FM on that morning? Sean was actually about to cash a check for his $100 a week telemarketing gig. Remember, he's still in high school when his homie tells him, yo, Kanye's down at 102.7 FM playing some tracks from Late Registration. You should go over there and try to rap for him. Sean didn't even spend the time to actually cash that check. He goes home, grabs the CD, and goes straight to the radio station that he had been grinding on for week after week during that year. When he gets to the door, he says he's there to see the DJ, gets face to face with Kanye West and tells him, look man, I'm a kid. I do the show every Friday, man. I'm an aspiring MC. And he was like, man, that's what's up. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. He started walking away and I tapped him again and said, can I rap for you? And he was like, man, I ain't got the time. I'm like, please, man, I ride to school listening to you, man. You were one of my heroes. Just let me spit something, you know? He was like, all right, you can spit 16 bars while we walking out the station. That 16 bar limit actually turned to 10 minutes straight of Big Sean rapping. Now, he admits later on that he was looking down at the ground in nervousness, but somewhere in the middle of the flow, Kanye starts nodding his head positively and getting into the vibe of it. Big Sean gives Kanye West his CD and record deal? Nah, not quite yet. It would take a little bit of time. Kanye told MTV what it was about the young gun that grabbed his attention that day in Detroit. I could hear his personality and character and style in it. He just walked up to me and said, a rap, and I'm like, I'm gonna sign you. No, it's not that easy. I'm not really signing acts. I wasn't signing acts at the time, but I was so inspired by what he did. His voice was very compelling. His lyrics were very clever in the melodies and the way he was putting it together in his story. So it's not that easy, but it's a lot of people who rap that aren't as dope. While sending music over to Kanye West over the ensuing years, Big Sean still managed to get a 3.7 plus grade point average and even turned down a college scholarship to Michigan State to pursue his dreams of music. Ye eventually brought Big Sean on the road with him in 2007 during around the graduation album time, but believe it or not, it would take another 4 years before Big Sean's debut album was finally released on June 28th, 2011. On that album, Big Sean earned his first top 10 single, Dance featuring Nicki Minaj, which earned him a quadruple platinum banger and was the most successful song on that album. Now you know the truth about Big Sean signing with Kanye West, and now you know that you'll no longer just be finally famous until you earn the right through hard work and perseverance to be in the room with that famous person so that you're prepared when it's time to spit and get that deal. All right, so that is the truth of the time that Big Sean signed with Kanye West. Of course, if this is your first time watching us, be sure to subscribe with notifications. We drop videos every single day. And leave a comment below. I want to know, I always ask a question at the end of these. Again, we're building more storytelling videos, story-based videos, learning through the story. And as you probably see, we've got a co-writer now who's doing some of this research to give you some of the come up. So I want to know, do you like these kind of videos? Are there other topics people's come up you'd like us to cover? Let us know in the comments. What do you think of this? And I appreciate you staying with us for the whole video. It's the big homie Drew. I'm out.